Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to...
How, and where, did you receive the news of your appointment as the MD of NAN?
Well, it's kind of strange, actually. I was with a few friends earlier in the day. There was an event, a gathering of journalists, actually, in Abuja earlier in the day. All the big names you can think of in journalism were there. The likes of Ruben Abati, Azubuike Ishikwene, Akpaden James, in my cycle of work. All the guys we worked together in some other places, like in the Independent in Lagos, and some of my colleagues from way back in Disney, and even Azu Ishikwene, who actually was the reviewer of the book, Niger Times, the 3rd anniversary. So he was the guest lecturer, I guess, that morning. But much later in the evening, around 4 o'clock, the news came to me that I made the helmsman of the news agency of Nigeria. Well, from that moment, my phone started ringing. It hasn't stopped ringing. I won't be surprised if in the course of this chat, calls come in. Don't be surprised. Those who join us, don't be surprised. Any moment calls could be coming in. But I'll be glad that today is Sunday. At least I'll get a moment's break. The job of a newsman, no break. When other people are taking a break, you are there monitoring, waiting for something dramatic to happen. After all, that's news. You are waiting for the man to bite the dog. That's when you get to work.
So what was your first reaction, on getting the news?
Well, my first reaction was that of surprise. Yeah, that of surprise. I was really surprised, taken aback, genuinely surprised. The thing is, I wasn't really expecting it. You understand? I wasn't expecting it. Yeah, you might say I wasn't. Well, a lot of people had expected, given our role in the days leading to the election. As you know, you're probably aware. Well, we should know that I was part of the campaign. I was deputy director in one of the media campaign council. I was deputy to the great Bayo Onanuga, so I was his deputy. So was appointed a few days earlier. A lot of people were expected, but I wasn't really expected. Expected in the sense that, especially of NAN, notwithstanding that a few days to the occasion, I was asked a few questions concerning then, until the minister actually 24 hours earlier, Minister of Information hinted me of something imminent, but I didn't know it was going to be that soon. But I knew that something was cooking, agog. There was a lot of expectations on the part of those who thought that one way or the other we're part of the government, because we helped prop the government. Some of us in the media campaign directorate, we ran from pillar to post. Like it was one of the most rancorous campaigns in the history of Nigeria since the dawn of this republic. The 2023 election will go down in history as one of the most acidic, most electronic campaign. But we try to be very professional as a media man myself, as a reputation manager, and then somebody who has gone through the grill of reputation management or public relations, and even into the blast furnace of journalism for over 3 decades. So we were circumspect in our approach. We said we were going to be different. We're not going to be like the rest of the crowd. What I mean, the rest of the crowd, the combative, noisy, quarrelsome crowd. What we said we were going to do was to sell our candidate, was to project our candidate as the unifier that he actually was, still is, and then as a pan-Nigerian, as someone who has supported others before him. So, and that's the line we told in the media campaign directory.
All right.
So after the election and with the success, we thought that, that is it.
All right. So what are your plans for NAN?
Well, we have a vision for NAN that I think if our vision, we work that vision, we want to reposition News Agency of Nigeria to compete with other global news agencies, the likes of AFP, Reuters. This is our standard. We want to report Africa. We want to report Nigeria to Africa and Africa to the rest of the world. And one of the things we say we're going to do is first to retrain editorial staffers of the News Agency of Nigeria now. Because with the right training and with the right tools, the work tools, if you get the right training, then you must have the right working tools, the work tools. With that, one of the immediate things we're going to do is first, since we took charge nearly 4 weeks ago, what we've been doing is to study the existing infrastructure. What I mean infrastructure is a human resource, and then with a view to either reposition or to reposition the workforce to identify the talent, the right attitude again, and then place everyone according to their abilities. There are people who certainly, if they cannot shape up, they have to ship out. We want to see the editorial department being the most important department of the entire agency. We reposition it so that it can compete for those in the editorial department to even understand the nature of news. As it were now, I see a lot of them working hard. The workforce there works hard. Some of the workforce, not all of the workforce, they work hard, but they're not working smart. Only a few of them are working smart. And this is something we've all agreed in the course of this last couple of weeks that we've taken charge, that look, people need to work smart. And for you to work smart, you have to have first the knowledge, the skills, the right work tools for you to work smart. You need a smart environment. You need a smart device. And the individual also needs to think smart, not hard. When you work smart, you dust people who work hard. And one clear example I always say is that, look, your news surveillance, your news instinct must be top notch. There are stories literally on the streets of Nigeria and beyond, but people, they are used to this kind of routine stories. We are waiting for the president or the governor or the local government chairman or even Azu, the great journalist with multimedia journalist, to do something. Okay, now Azu at 11:12 has smiled to the camera. Then you report that. No. One to know is that yes, these are the plans we have to equip our staff with the right training, with the right attitude, and with the right equipment. With that, we think we can conquer the world.
So what exactly is NAN? I mean, especially to those who may not really understand what NAN is really all about.
Well, NAN is the acronym for News Agency of Nigeria, established in 1978 by 2 years earlier. There was a decree that it was under military rule. In 1976, in the days of Obasanjo, a decree, I'm trying to recall the decree now, established NAN. By 1978, it opened shop as a major news content provider. This is what it does. NAN is if you like, is like a hub. It gives every subscriber. We have thousands of subscribers. We provide them with content, the right content. And at the core mandate of NAN is to provide authentic, balanced stories without prejudice to anyone or anybody, as authentic as possible. Authentic, and then report Nigeria to the rest of Africa, and Africa to the rest of the world. Now, NAN is one of the 4 news agencies globally in the United Nations recognized. One of the 3 from the continent of Africa. There is NAN, which is the only news agency from West Africa that has opened shop in New York long time ago. NAN has offices in New York, in UK, in Abidjan, that is Cote d'Ivoire, in South Africa, and even Addis. But unfortunately, over the years, and with declining fortunes of NAN, and with the rise, if you like, of even digital media, which has posed a serious challenge to the global media community. Social media, like you know, is a menace to the media industry, to mainstream media industry. In social media, which, like you know, most social media practitioners lack the training and the expertise to report what is truth, what they call citizen journalism. So NAN stands for authentic, well-balanced, well-researched, and reportage without prejudice to anyone, as much as possible. In NAN, we report what only is truthful, factual, and accurate. This is what NAN stands for.